Special thanks to my patrons, and feel free to join the community Discord linked in the description. The commentary community is an odd place. While there are going to be a lot of deranged one-offs or terminally online parasocial lunatics, there's also a few good people in it too. One major issue the community as a whole has, to say nothing about the entirety of humanity, is a problem with consistent morals. Not just in the sense of holding others accountable, but themselves as well. Many times, people get thrown under the bus for the sake of another friendship. Of course, these aren't really friendships, it's just social climbing. Feeding into the mob mentality without putting your values first, ignoring simple right and wrong, all in the name of making sure you're on the right side of a conflict. Or the larger side, more appropriately. No one exemplifies it more than today's subject, Spoctor Tech. If you want a full rundown of his history online, I highly recommend a video by YouTuber Aaron Tempest. It's well constructed, well edited, and very entertaining. So if you want to know about Spoctor's overall history, go there after this one. The link's in the description. Spoctor's been caught in a lot of nonsense he's pulled, only being called out recently for it. One could understand not wanting to come at Spoctor due to him getting lambasted in 2018 for false allegations. False allegations are definitely an issue, so I can understand some hesitance. Some. But not this much. Because for a community that's so well known for picking apart every piece of someone's argument, it seems they either miss, or choose to miss, the actual important things. Like this.
And you put way too much focus on the wrongs of others, when you should have also looked at yourself as well. It's a pattern people have seen. Someone upsets you, you run away. You vent the frustrations in an irresponsible way. Stop doing it. Stop that. You have a lot of real personal issues that you need to iron out with yourself before you consider making personal relationships with people in the community again. You need to find people that will like you for who you are. Someone that doesn't know you as Hopeless Peaches. I said this before, but you're absolutely broken as a person, and you don't know how to treat people well because of it.
Here. Right here. This is the moment Spoctor's career should have ended. He calls a person who is emotionally struggling, who had been harassed by thousands of people, broken. Uses the background visuals from her video about being groomed, all while saying she has trouble managing her relationships. No one jumped at this. No one voiced an issue with it. This video was allegedly made to continue to humanize Peaches, when it's clearly obvious that the intent was quite the opposite. And shame on literally any of you that thought this was a good video, or an okay video, or a video acceptable for anything other than derision and mockery. This video was never properly torn apart for the disgusting garbage said in it. I've seen some of you commenting on that video. I know what you've said, and before one of you comes at me and says you just listened to the audio, you're not exempt either. I know there are artists that listen to my content as they draw. I'm aware of that, so my longer content with calls is formatted in a way that you don't need to look at the screen. But that's not the case here. In this video, with his voice and full chest, Spoctor says this.
You, Peaches, need to stop using your platform as a venting ground, start treating it like a brand. How you're going about this is irresponsible at the least and idiotic at the most. It's not what you should be doing with your platform. She's openly expressed her unhappiness with her portrayal of suicide baiting, to which I'd say just please stop posting to Twitter and using it to output so much emotional torment. It will cause you so many issues overall and will do more harm than good because there's thousands of people who might see that and twist it and get the wrong idea. I don't want to assume that you were suicide baiting, but I also want you to know that. It's fucked up for the people around you to make them worry like that, to spread pain and fear like that, despite if you're planning on going through with it or not. And I know that might be a controversial opinion because it's very unpopular, but that's my personal beliefs.
At this time, Peaches had essentially nobody behind her. No one to support her properly behind the scenes. Spoctor knew this, because he was in a group chat with the deranged lunatics that were attacking her at the time. Yes, Spoctor, I know about that group. Among other things. You'd be surprised how many people would be willing to tell on you. So this waste of human reproductive material literally says to someone with no backing, no support, that she should keep her ideation to herself instead of asking for help in the only way she could at the time. And he knew she was struggling with this issue because Manga Common told him, right here in this screenshot. But oh no, don't voice your issues, that may upset people. Meanwhile, you'll voice yours all the time, won't you, doofus?
When these people compare these extremely multifaceted situations to another, quote, Spoctor situation, I just fucking laugh, because it feels like none of you really understand why that situation even happened. I got away with being a shithead for 2 years because 3 creators decided to accuse me of the wrong thing.
You want to know why people keep pointing to your drama? Because yours was based on false accusations. So was Peaches. It's a simple comparison. If you're not smart enough to recognize that, then you shouldn't be trusted to be the town dog catcher, much less a channel with 300,000 plus subs. One day, we're going to talk about all the nonsense that happened during all of that. It's going to be thorough, ugly, and painful. Like cleaning out a heavily infected leg sore. But suffice it to say that I'm tired of people only focusing on these clowns that have been responsible for this after they hurt someone else. You all should have dealt with them then when they showed their true colors during the Peaches saga. But let's continue taking a look at Spoctor's video lamenting how this community is falling apart, where he talks about friends of his that have been cancelled.
Chaos55T is in the same boat as Junkie.
Hey Spoctor, why didn't you mention what Chaos did? You did for everyone else save Stories and Pentagrin for the obvious reason. Why didn't you mention that they lied about Jar causing someone to remove themselves from the census? In other words, a false allegation. There's also the fact that she was exposed for even worse acts after this video dropped. So why not mention the lies? Oh, wait. Because it completely destroys the point I listed earlier where you're mad about people comparing your situation to others. On top of that, I have a feeling you still want to be friends with some of these people. I wonder why.
History that dates back to some of the darkest days of my life. One of the longest lasting dark periods of my life.
Remember this. We'll come back to it. Seriously, keep it in mind.
And I've always been kind of personally wary of Kai myself, so
I just don't believe you. You had no problem communicating with these people during Peach's drama. You had zero desire to combat the lies you knew they were all telling. And yes, we will get to that. So don't sit there and try to sell people on the idea that you always knew something was off about them.
well, losers beat their partners. That's who beats their partner. Fucking losers do.
True. 100% agreement there. Question though, Spoctor, what type of person keeps a USB drive of smut of a minor? I didn't stutter. You heard me. This is when Spoctor goes into Heaton's video. Heaton, who was lied about by Junkie, who lost all of her friends because of Junkie, who had to work years to clear her name and rebuild her reputation because your friend lied to people. And what was your response to her justified anger?
You wonder why people are trying to ruin one another in this community. It's because of this mindset that anger and wrath wins. Oh boy, you lied to people. To the gulag you go! Forget the good you did for people. Forget the fact that you basically built the foundation of my channel and helped me get on my feet, Junkie. You lied about people, and someone decided to out you for it. It's time to crucify you and make you walk on eggshells.
This is a dishonest attempt to downplay the damage Junkie had done to people. To Heaton, to Manga Common, to Peaches, to everyone. And this is intentional. He had to watch those videos to use them here, to address their points. This is him intentionally underplaying what Junkie has done. And I've been saying this a lot, but put a pin in that.
Your disingenuous, half-hearted, slimy, bitch boy apology.
That's no way to treat people on a platform. Even if they've angered you, that aggression only serves to progress the issue. The amount of stress that you're putting on yourself by basically forcing yourself to get involved with that much wrath is not worth the outcome.
Chump, watch me. I don't know where this weak, pathetic, pusillanimous mentality of be super nice all the time, even when you're dealing with a scumbag, for you people took root, but it needs to be killed. Especially when so much of it tends to be Hollywood smiles while you say horrendous things about the people you're talking about. Tell me if I need an exterminator, an exorcist, or the Punisher, and we'll get this done. It's true that some people put that level of anger into the wrong thing in this community, but you tone policing Heaton when they are justifiably angry during a period in their life when they had no one isn't just scummy, it's evil. You duplicitous piece of gutter trash.
It's another to cover shit that deals with your personal life. It's another to air your dirty laundry to an audience in a format that comes off uncalculated and disorganized.
Anyone who has actually seen that video knows you're lying here. And trying to play make-believe that people force themselves into this makes me wonder if you actually recognize emotions for anything other than manipulation. Earlier in this video, you went on about how mad others made you when they simply talk trash. But here you are trying to tut-tut someone for being directed how much they dislike your scumbag friend.
Basically, he told a bunch of mini white lies about people. Something like, he gave people permission to share certain DMs in a video, and then immediately lied about it when it got him in trouble.
You absolutely are defending Junkie here. It's why you're downplaying his actions by calling them mini white lies. I don't need to get into the weeds about all of that, since Heaton already did when they responded, so go check that out when you can.
Own yourself, dude. Own what you are and who you are.
Alright, we'll see how well you apply this to yourself in the future. Let's get into the last bit of this video we're going to cover until we get to the end.
Yes, I'm genuinely innocent of the shit that the people accused me of. But if the shit that came out about me back in 2018 was more along the lines of what Junkie is being outed for right now, I would not have any ground to stand on. The people in that community put that pedo label on me. The people that love to manipulate, yell, and deceive. So when people come at me and come and try and criticize me for not entirely defending Peaches because I've, quote, been through something similar, I really haven't. Because you weren't being called a predator.
Firstly, yes, she was. Plenty of people compared her to Mini-Lad, or told her that her grooming was fake, or that they felt bad for her groomer. Yes, Spoctor, hers isn't one-to-one with yours. Yours didn't have anywhere near the reach hers did, and you had Ponder to save you. None of the videos on you got anywhere near as big as the ones on her, one of which is sitting around 1 million views. And over what? Accusations of being a bad friend? Other nonsense cobbled together to make offense? You're right, Spoctor. They're not the same. And there you were, choosing not to do better, not to properly use your channel size to help with a situation you knew was wrong. Not only that, but you do an entire video about leaving this community and spend the majority of it dunking on a 16-year-old girl that was uncharitable to you. A girl with what, 1,000 subs? Look, I'm absolutely a these hands are rated E for everyone kind of guy, but if a kid's wrong about you, talk to them. Or just leave them alone, because they're kids. That's what a sensible person would do. But you're not sensible, are you? Instead, you use Lin Lin and her video as a shield so you can try and avoid Heaton's response to you. What terrifies me is that you have the right to vote. What's the matter, champ? The Weeb MB have too much fire for you? Were you scared of a 5K channel at the time? It wouldn't surprise me. Those of you that have watched Jar's video on all this by now know that Peaches wanted to talk to Spoctor about his videos on her. He was told he was going to be in the call, when it was, the whole shebang. He was given weeks to prepare. And what did he do? Acted like a clown, ran his mouth, spammed the mic, and dipped. Spoctor, I'm a cartoon and toy reviewer. You could have just told Peaches if you were scared of me, especially considering I wound up revealing that 2 of your friends were deranged clowns. Spoctor, I can't manifest evil into someone. I can only talk about what they show me, and you showed me plenty. But it didn't end there. Nope. You see, after he embarrassed himself in that call, he finally chose to hop into Senate. I was asleep at the time because I have this odd thing called a job to attend so I can support my family. Part of me wants to think that he waited until I was asleep. So guess what, artists? That's right, feeding time! Here's the call that was had.
Like, show that they're muted with the little mute button. Thank you.
Yes,
That
would be wonderful.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, so Tech, it's just gonna be like me, the mods, and you talking, I guess. Like no one else. And then if anyone gets dogpiled, just like we're gonna server mute everybody, I guess.
And Lio is not going to be here. He's asleep right now, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
I'll be his replacement.
Thank you, Sarah.
Uh,
Alright, so are you calm now?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's okay.
I'm
Well-
sorry about that.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess. Still able to have a proper talk now?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna try and go through this a bit quicker, because it is 4:30 in the morning for me.
Sure.
And, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase with everything else.
Alright.
Because I know that you don't want to talk about the Linlin stuff, and you don't want to talk about the DID video. That's fine. I'm not going to talk about Heaton stuff. Heaton can speak for herself. So I'm just going to go straight to the video that you made on me.
Alright.
Because this isn't to dogpile you.
Okay.
This was literally so I could talk to you, because
Yeah.
it has affected me for a while, and I just want closure, man.
Alright, I understand. Yeah.
But are you?
I know how that feels. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good now.
Okay.
I promise.
Alright, so, first and foremost, just to ask properly, I know that you vaguely said it in DMs, but I
Mhm.
saw that you took the thumbnail down. Like, what
Yes.
made you do that?
I felt like I should have. I know it was something that you kind of spoke about passively, and I've seen you comment about it on videos, so I just decided to take it off.
Like,
There's no other reason other than that. I just was trying to be courteous.
yeah, I was just wondering why it took nearly 2 years for that to happen, to be honest.
Well, that, when you have a lot of realizations, you just kind of just try to go for the changes.
Was there any particular event that caused you to do that, or was it just a sudden realization?
It was. Well, I mean, alongside all the other stuff that was happening around me, I decided, yeah, if I'm gonna leave commentary, I might as well clean up some of the things that, in hindsight, I should have when I was doing it. So, yeah, I'll leave with a little bit of grace, at least.
So, if you had that kind of epiphany, I guess I gotta ask the new question now of
Yes.
why you thought that I'd be smearing you for lies and that I was just trying to drag you.
That's a complicated question to answer.
If you could
But-
answer it, that would very much help me understand the call that we had earlier.
I was just afraid.
It's alright to be afraid, but like you got to understand that
No,
if
I
you've
know.
yeah,
I know what you're getting at. What happened, and I apologize, but
Okay.
I can't really take it back.
There's some details in there, like in that call, because I heard it. You said you're afraid, like not so much as there because you ran off, but one of the main things in there that I found to be a little bit concerning was you said I've heard terrible things about you and Lio, like Peach's Lio. What did you mean by that? Like, what things are you talking about?
I hear that you invite people into the Senate in front of a bunch of audiences and then talk to them about it. And, just kind of talk about these very private situations in front of a large amount of people like you're doing to me right now.
well, first and foremost, and I'll be blunt right now, nothing that's spoken here is ever private matters. It's usually things that have been brought to the public, so that's already out. Second, you've proven to me that you're not trusted in a private call. You're the type of person, which is why these kind of calls exist. Like,
Yeah,
and you're not,
that
and
was
you,
a one-off thing. I've never done that before.
well, it's good to say one-off, but that was the first call I've had with you. Like, being able to have a proper conversation, and that's how you treat me. And as you can see,
I know,
everyone
and
here,
I apologize.
yeah, and as you can see, everyone here is muted. And no one's
Yes.
gonna mute, because if anyone unmutes to say anything stupid,
I'm gonna
they
mute
get
them.
server muted for 24 hours. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna mute
they're
them all.
dumb.
Okay.
This is literally because of, well, I can't even say hypothetical because of what happened before. And that's what a lot of people do, but it's never about private matters. If I had a private matter with you that was never public, you wouldn't be here. This is
Okay.
about a public video that you made. So if
Okay.
hundreds of thousands of people can watch your video, I'm sure that like 15 people can sit and listen to this call, right?
If it's
Alright.
okay, I have a question too.
Mhm.
It's nothing bad or anything, I promise. So I'm pretty sure when I think about it, I think that was gonna happen to me too when I joined, which is obviously okay. I mean, if it did happen, I wouldn't have thrown a fit or anything. I would have been like, okay, and I would have sat here and I would have talked to you normally. But was there like a reason why it had to be like a big call for me as well, or no?
That was more because I didn't really know your intentions, and due to Spoctor coming into a call before acting like he'd be fine to then just mic spam and freak out, that was more of the reason why. Otherwise, in
Oh, that's
conversations
okay,
with someone like you, I would usually just talk to you privately.
Okay, that's just my only question about that.
I'll go ahead and point out another thing before you continue, Peaches. So the whole thing about bringing it in here, Spoctor, if you're afraid about saying like certain things like this, or at least concerning things like this publicly,
It's not so much. It's more so just the notion of an audience, and it's just like, I don't know. It's a little different when it's going to be edited and released later.
This is what I'm going to get at here for you. If you're afraid to say things in front of an audience, like I get it, like speech sucks. Being in front of an audience sucks. I already don't understand that, but I got used to it pretty quick. If you're afraid to say things in regards to subjects like these, your points were probably not good to begin with. If you have to keep it private, like are you
assuming that's what this was, or are you just saying that generally?
No, I mean he does have a point, Tech.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Like you gotta, it's more about growing a spine in cases like these. Like you shouldn't be afraid to to talk about these things in such a way, like in places like here, if you get what I mean, right?
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna be afraid to talk about the scuffles I've had with other people. Like I guess you could say in quote private, because I have legs to stand on. I have nothing to be afraid of. But when I heard that call earlier, like I got a lot of like disingenuous, feelings for how you acted in there, and the way that you came in here talking about like, oh no, I was afraid. You got to get the legs to stand on. I know I don't like explain things in the best way. Lio knows, everybody here knows. You got to work on that. You really do.
Yeah, no shit. Well, I mean, I would have had to work on that if I wasn't quitting commentary. But yeah, I know what you mean.
This is a situation. This is a situation where you have been in commentary. This isn't a situation where, you're brand new to all of this.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a public video. Whether I do this here, or whether we do a back and forth response, like, I would rather do it where I can talk to you proper. But again, Spoctor, when I tried to talk to you before, you mic spammed and dipped. Like, and there's no one to be afraid of here. You've got fucking Jar in the call sitting around, and we all take the piss out of Jar. No one listens to Jar. and Jar's fine. Why do I always pick on Jar? I'm sorry, Jar. You're just right there.
Rest in peace.
Grunts. I've used Jar like 3 times to take the piss out of him in this call. That's fine.
Moving on a little bit. You've been.
Yeah. Anyway,
how long have you been doing commentary, Spoctor?
Too long, like 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, you aren't brand new to this. You've been at this for quite some time, and I know you said you quit, but you know how it's like.
Sorry, the name.
Oh my god. Guys, please.
I'm sorry.
Like, you know.
Yes.
Or at least you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we can get past that part, so now that you know why we do that, okay. I want to go into basically what your goal was with the video you made on me.
What do you mean?
Well, essentially, you made your video on me.
Yes.
Your first video. And you already had a lot of... you didn't have like everything at that point, but you had a substantial amount of screenshots I sent you and another side. And then you had fucking Creepshow Art, Prison Mate Luke, all that lot who were on the other side who... Creepshow had fucking nothing. She never did. Prison Mate Luke who fucking either can't read...
yeah.
or whatever. And then you had Omnia who thought that they were slick by going, oh, I'm not going to share screenshots, but let me just blur out literally half the conversation because that's substantial proof. But when I sent you stuff, you just said, well, do I need to really bring it up? Like, mentioning how, it was just PR, that it was all just business. And then when I came to you another time asking you, like, in February, because I wanted to clarify with something that Shannon was saying, I literally come to you asking, like, could I ask you something privately? And immediately you're like, I'm currently on other topics. I don't intend on revisiting any stuff with you. Just like immediate shutdown, when that wasn't my intent. It just seemed very strange. And then you turned around and basically said that Shannon was showing you substantial proof, which, let's be honest, if she did have substantial proof, she would have shown it. It felt more like a lie or some kind of thing. So I just want to know what the point of your first video was, like, genuinely. Like,
Just to share my thoughts.
Like, were they your thoughts, though? Or were
It
they
was
your
my
friend's
analysis of everything, but yeah.
So, when you say, I apologize if the video didn't exactly hit the mark, I'm sure it wouldn't, haha, but I had to pull strings for the sake of PR, simply because you can't just up and say Peach is not bad. You gotta show them the rails. And you're not bad, just give this video a few days, see how people take it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you continue saying, I wasn't trying to dogpile, and then I say, because at this point I already knew what you were saying, it wouldn't be good branding to be nice to me. And you say, yeah, it's all business in the end.
I mean...
And not only that, but I
YouTube is-
rewatched the videos as well, even just today,
Mhm.
before coming into the call with you. And you said things that directly went against what I showed you, like, screenshot-wise. Like, you already knew wasn't true.
That's hard to remember that far back.
For instance, you said a few things with Camila Cuevas, basically saying, essentially with the, if you fell out about the credit, you should have still been friends with her afterwards, despite me showing you that I got harassed by her. That was sent to you beforehand. The fact that I tried to apologize to her multiple times, that was sent to you, and that was not mentioned either. But essentially, you were just trying to frame it in a way that I have to say, if you didn't have those screenshots, that'd be one thing, and I'd take it as like that would be your perspective from what you'd seen. But if I'd shown you proof that she'd been harassing me, clearly it wasn't so cut and dry to me just go, oh, Peach is bad because she's just cutting off someone for no reason. And then with Creep Show Art, I showed you screenshots as well, which showed that she was either, well, let's cut to the fucking chase because we know who she is now. She was just fucking lying. And I showed you proof that she was lying about stuff, like literally just stuff that directly contradicted stuff. And he didn't even consider that at all. Like, your section of her section, the most he said was she was a little emotional in her video. You never said anything to do with, the fact that she could be lying at all, despite you knowing that.
I'm trying to recall things, but I think that lines up.
Because because this isn't a case where I'm trying to catch you out, man. Like, the catching out would have been the fucking messages of OPR and all that crap. What I'm asking is, like, why? Because I would rather have I'd rather be honest and say, oh, I didn't care, or oh, well, I was friends with them, or
would you
any
really
other.
Want me to be honest?
I would much rather you be honest, because that's why I'm asking.
I mean,
you.
I guess like I said in the last call, I do have nothing to lose. It's a combination of like, it's like not really super directly related to my life, and also I know Creepshow a little bit better than I knew you at the time, so I would take a buddy's word over yours.
would you take a friend's word over literal proof?
If they're a friend, I like to hold their value, the value of their words somewhat high. It's just kind of how I operate. Proof.
So, see, this is the thing, Spoctor, and I'm going to be blunt. If you wanted to sit there and, I'm going to say it as derogatory as possible, because more because I'm so sick of, it wasn't just you, but a million other people did the same thing, sucking Shannon off, shall we just say it bluntly as possible. If you wanted to do that, that's perfectly fine. If you wanted to go off in her DMs and go, yeah, Shannon, you're fucking great. It's a whole other thing to go and, one, lie to me, lie to Carmen, and lie to your audience.
Lie to the what?
Well, okay, we'll break it down. You lied to me. You said that you wanted to come and see my side. But you say right now, you didn't care that much.
Okay. I want to try to bring people together because I think situations are bullshit. I think things can be resolved a lot of the time.
Because, you didn't do anything to resolve it.
I tried.
Doing a PR thing, doing what you didn't resolve anything.
Well.
And then you dismissed me when I was upset about it.
I think at this point, Tech knows what he did was wrong.
Yeah.
I think at this point, just an apology and then ending it would be good.
Well, I would rather have a proper conversation because
what are we going to talk about? Like, I fucked up.
I mean, it's more or less like a lot of the why. Like, it's a lot of strange things. Like, we could talk about lying and doing all sorts of these things, but a lot of it is just the why, and Pete just wants to know why because it's just utterly ridiculous.
I didn't give it as much attention as I should have. That's about pretty much what it boiled down to.
Yeah, and that's the tip of the iceberg, my friend. Because many times at 5:55, you say using mental health is a yikes moment. At 8:05, you say that prison mate Luke's claim that I'm suicide baiting was just a simple assumption of suicide baiting. And then at 10:02, you say, I don't want to assume you were suicide baiting, but it's fucked up for the people around you to make them worry like that, whether you intend to go through with it or not. At 11:0, you say, I would argue she's just being over emotional. This is in relation to me being called a suicide baiter. At 11:50, you say, and then she's overreacting when she noticed a sub drop in relation to me being called a suicide baiter, trying to tell your audience that the only reason I cared about that was because I was having a sub drop and not because I had people saying I'm suicide baiting. At 14:26, while showing the tweet where I was basically attempting my own life, you say she's just unable to handle what's given to her. And then at 15:57, go out there and act, and then she can't just go out there and act like she's having an anxiety attack every fucking time she gets criticized. And then, after that, I have to ask you.
Yeah?
Why did you make those fucking jabs at my grooming?
Jabs at your grooming?
At 2:12, using the video of my grooming, which obviously I was 13.
Look, I probably shouldn't have used it. I know that. And I honestly just wasn't thinking. I didn't really make the correlation between that video and the possible implications of how you would take it. It's just genuinely a mistake on my end.
You said that I was intensely bad at relationship management and emotional management while using the fact that I was groomed as a child as
okay, hold
on.
It was
just a visual imagery on the video.
Spoctor, so you're admitting that it's a mistake, but it's more of like, but why did you do those things? Yeah, you can. We recognize
Because
that, like
it
you're
was
saying it's a
visual
mistake.
imagery I thought would fit the words that I was saying.
What do you? Okay, I'm going to. Oh, okay. If you want to say that,
Not because it's associated with your grooming, but because the image that was on screen was that of your character in a very upset looking state, and I
so we're
said, "Oh,
doing
this
the
would fit."
same. So we're doing the same fucking bullshit that Omnia said as well, because I'm not having that. Sorry, Spoctor, but we're not.
Well,
Because
I'm
you
saying
said the
that, and I'm
same.
sorry, but that's all
You,
I'm going to give
Okay,
you.
I
That's
think
really
I'm
the only
sorry.
reason that I have
No,
for it.
because what I'm going to say is to you, Spoctor, that I saw a pattern, and I'm sorry
What?
to mention your DID video, but I'm going to have to.
Okay.
Because you used the same kind of reasoning for people with dissociative identity disorder and CPTSD in general to have bad relationship management. You mentioned in your video that people with those kind of trauma will eventually have aspects of their abuser as part of their personality. You also called me broken, while also again showing my grooming video as a visual representation of that. And then in your DID video, you said that people with trauma are damaged and broken. It feels less like just random imagery and more like what you said to
What?
me, which was when you said that you used my grooming as a way to humanize me.
Jack, take a
That's
minute before
that's
you
a
respond.
stretch. What?
You're gonna mess up so bad.
Yeah, go ahead, Jinx.
Okay. So Tech's DID video wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, but I did help with it a little bit because what some of the stuff that he was trying to say there was a lot of information compacted into a tiny video. I know it was 30 minutes long, but it was still a lot. And to say that to have your users incorporate into your personality, that's not exactly what I think is going for, because what I was talking about was that when you have interjects, the most common type of interject isn't interjects of Minecraft YouTubers or whatever. It's most commonly interjects of abusers. It's not going to say that it will happen all the time. You'll not always have an interject of your abuser, but it is most common than fictives or whatever. That's what that was about.
My more point is
I know, I was
that
just
this
saying
isn't that this is kind of been proven to not just be like a random coinky dink. This wasn't a case of you accidentally downloading my grooming video, accidentally having it fall into your video editor, and accidentally fall into those very specific places where accidentally it would come across as just fitting enough of what you were saying in your script to line up with bad relationship management, grooming, broken grooming, and nowhere else in the video was that shown.
What was the? I'm sorry, I just never seen the videos. You don't have to answer if it's too personal. I just want to know what was on the screen. If that's too personal, you don't have to tell me.
It's just the video where I was talking about being groomed as a kid.
I see.
It's like a PNG art.
No, but
that
you
was
know
inside
what?
the video.
You know what the video was, and you were also saying that I've got bad relationship management, and that is when you used it. Nowhere else.
I what do you want me to say to that?
I want you to know how disgusting that is, Spoctor.
Well, why is it disgusting?
How do you not understand that?
I
Do you
don't
need
understand.
Do you need it explained to you just one more time? And I'm not being insulting, by the way. Like, do you?
It's okay
yeah,
if
no,
I
I
explain
really-
it because I'm someone that's like close to Spoctor, and it might be easier if I explain it if that's okay. Because I agree with you, and I just want to try to explain it if that's okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Please do.
Okay. So the issue is that when trying to explain how, I'm sorry, I have really bad memory issues. I need to look at your name one more time. Your name is Peaches, right? Sorry.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So Peaches was talking about, what are your pronouns? Let me check real quick. She, her. Okay.
It's she, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So she was talking about how her grooming, was talking about her grooming, and you decided to put that on the screen while saying something negative, or talking about, it's just not in good taste to bring up someone's grooming in a video and then have that be something to back up how negative they're being. I know your intention wasn't to like bring up the grooming itself.
No,
Your
I
intention
didn't. I
was something
didn't want
different.
to. Yeah.
No, that wasn't your intention, but it
Yeah.
still comes off that way, regardless of your
Yeah,
intention.
okay.
It still happened. It's like if you murder someone, well, you know, you still murdered them. That's obviously. Sorry, I'm really
Yeah.
terrible explaining, but do you understand how this is
Yeah.
not good?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you should
It was just.
apologize, but
Yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, the video. I did end up taking the video down after that last call we had because I just kind of went kind of weird.
and if she doesn't want to forgive you,
deleted a
that is
lot of
also
videos.
okay.
Yeah,
We
no,
can
it's
just talk about something else.
yeah. But
Because
that's
the thing that I've had a problem with is that the fact that you knew to some extent that you had upset me and you did wrong me and you didn't even want to give me a chance to talk to you about it.
I
know why that happened as well. It doesn't excuse it. It was just that a lot of stress was building up. And I know it doesn't excuse it, but I think, Tech, instead of saying some kind of excuse, I think you should also apologize for that as well.
yeah. I just got busy. Sorry.
Could you be unbusy for a second?
Yes, you can.
You
Yes.
gotta be direct here, Spoctor.
Yeah. Wait, what are you looking for?
Are you paying attention?
Sorry, what?
Okay,
okay.
let me
That's a
help
definite
you.
no. It's fine because I'll talk to Spoctor one-on-one now. Spoctor, I don't know what you're going through right now, and I'm not here to try and worsen that. That's why I'm making sure that that your sister's here, and that's why I mentioned before. I don't know if him muting means that he's gone now or whatever, but I will wait.
I'll
I'm
just
still
give
here.
him a little
I'm
minute.
still here. I'm listening.
Okay, let's do okay. Hold on.
All right.
I'm helping him ground real quick. Okay. Tech, can you like hold on? Brain cells.
Well, he said he
I'm
was
good. No, I'm good.
he said
Don't worry
he
about it. I'm
was-
good.
He said he was listening, so Pete, just go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
I'll
good.
Go ahead. Okay. Like I'm not here to fucking dogpile you. I'm not here to like be malicious, but I'm also not gonna sugarcoat things I say because I'm genuinely pissed off. Because
You have every right to be.
because I tried to talk to you before, and I've heard why you did it, and I don't need it repeated. That you wanted to say that you just wanted to mess around with me, that you just wanted to scorch earth it. And if you want to do that to people who fucking troll you or whatever the fuck, you go ahead, you slay king, but not when you're talking to me.
No, I know. I shouldn't have done that.
Tech, before you continue, do you want to ground real quick?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Because you also like you knew why you're in there. You were mic spamming. You were acting pretty shitty to my dad, not gonna lie. Saying that he's just a terrible person. You don't want to listen to anything. If you didn't want him there, you could have just said. Because he was being respectful to let me talk. And he knew that if you didn't want him there, he could just leave. I told you why he was there.
Yes, I know.
And if it was going to make you uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, Lio's not the one who wanted to speak to you, it was me. And I genuinely find it disgusting, sorry to say, but not really, that every interaction I've had with you really has just been disrespect after disrespect. Because I'm not someone to use for fucking PR points. I'm not someone to use when you want to make a video during fucking December to get, I don't know whether it's for extra revenue because you saw the drama was popping off, or because you wanted to help your friends, or maybe all three.
Yeah, probably all three. Yeah.
Because, I'm not going to sit here and trauma dump on you, and I'm not going to sit here and say how much it affected me, because I would hope that somewhere, in everywhere where you say, well, it doesn't affect me, so I don't care, there's a part of you, maybe, who knows that a lot of the things that you said was full-on bullshit, that the way they affected me was bullshit, and then when I come to you asking you questions, you dismiss it with, oh, well, I'm humanizing you. Oh, well, it was for PR. Oh, well, this. Oh, well, that. When Jar came and asked you, like, I don't ever expect Jar to be very hostile. When he asked you about why you used my grooming stuff, you said, well, I've never seen the video.
I didn't
Did
watch
Jar
the
want-
video. No.
Did you know what the video was about?
I honestly didn't.
You saw a video
No,
saying
not
I
when I
was
threw it.
groomed and...
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't know the details and the extent of the details. No, I just.
Do you need details? Do you know what?
Did
Do you know what
download a
child
video?
grooming is?
Heck, did you just download a video called grooming and just use?
Dude, it
I
was so
thought
long
it
ago.
was
I don't
part of,
remember. I really don't remember. It was so long
The
ago.
video wasn't a part of another video, was it? Or was it just a video titled grooming?
It was just the story time on me being groomed, yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't remember exactly where I got the footage. I probably got it from your channel, but
You would have got
there.
it from my channel, and you would have known exactly what it is.
Yes.
But not only that, when I came to you and spoke to you about it because I didn't like it, your response was to dismiss me and just say that you were trying to humanize me.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm sorry.
trying to say to me that if I'm wanting to kill myself, not sad boy posting or anything like that in your video, a lot of times your general consensus was, if I'm going to kill myself, to essentially do it privately, don't tell anyone, because it'll worry and annoy people.
No, that wasn't my point. I'm just saying that's like I don't know. At the time, my idea was like people shouldn't post that online. That was pretty much my idea at the time.
Do you know who I had as
content?
Do you know who I had as content?
Now, I disagree with myself on it.
Yeah,
now.
because I've heard
That's
from
definitely-
other people that you still agree with the video to this day. If you have changed your mind in the past week,
It's been within the past month or so. Yeah, I've kind of gone through a pretty interesting shift.
and yet you say that, but when I want to talk to you, you treat me like shit again.
I shouldn't have acted that way. There's a lot of stuff that I've been dealing with this past few weeks, but
Because
I shouldn't have done it.
I'm just gonna end with this, because I'm not gonna keep you much longer. I'm very disappointed, not gonna lie. I thought at the end of it I'd be able to have a proper conversation with you. Now I'm too tired, I'm too weary, and to be honest, I can't be bothered much longer. Because when I came to you, I wanted to ask you a few questions, sure, about like all the things that were going on, with whatever the fuck you're up to. But I just wanted closure, like proper closure. And I'm not getting that from you. And I don't think I will. Because you seem still dismissive. And I'm not going to keep asking you to talk. I'm just disappointed because I know that no matter what, I know how you see me. And I guess that'd be my own closure from this, I guess.
That's such
So if you
a.
if you're going to quit commentary, I would say that's probably a good thing because
Oh, trust me.
if
it
you
is.
don't, well, you may think it is for you, which yeah, probably is, but I'm gonna say it's probably more a good thing for other people, not
Well,
you,
if that's honestly, yeah.
because you for the video on me, you spoke about someone who was already being dogpiled. You fucking laughed about it in the intro of your video. And I was suicidal at the start of that. And you didn't give a shit. So I don't know how many other times you've done that with other people. So I hope you just do fucking something else because I'm disappointed in all this, and I guess the closure I'm getting from this is hopefully it's probably not personal to me. You just seem to not care in general. Now I'm gonna leave this. I know that Jar wants to say something, so Jar, you can unmute now.
Hey, Spoctor, did you block me or just unfriend me on Discord?
Oh, was that me that did that? I thought you did that. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that was me.
I came onto Discord, saw your messages, I went to nuclear, blah 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 blah, and then like I said, wait, what? And then it said, oh, can't message this person. So I was like, huh, that was weird. Well, if you don't remember, that's fine. I'm sure that's going to be a response I'll hear a lot throughout this. But yeah, like I'm guessing you're kind of were like scared of the mob of Creep Show and Luke, and I get that. I was scared of them too, and like I threw Peaches under a bus, but I felt bad about it and did what I could to like get the word out to like spread it around. And I apologized to her pretty early on, at least in comparison to you. But like, there's a lot of things like I do question myself about some of the things you said about me. Even like in your Toby video, you went, Jar, I know you're not a pedophile, but like some of the stuff you say is kind of weird. Like, Spoctor, I'm sorry, but you can't see child porn by having a fucking Netflix subscription. Just because Cuties is on there doesn't mean it's CP.
Well, yeah, doesn't mean it was kind of weird to me. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's. I said, but afterwards, I said it's a horrible, disgusting movie, but it isn't porn. And yeah, like I just thought that was kind of weird. And like, like you said, you like looked over all the videos and everything, but like I recently came back, looked over all of Luke's videos, and did my response to everything. Granted, not a lot of people cared, but like. And there was a lot of other things I questioned, like with Heaton's video, you say that's no way to talk about another creator, but then you'll be like really soft on Luke calling Peaches a suicide baiter, and I was just scratching my head at all of that.
Yeah.
But then there, yeah.
I don't belong.
You don't belong?
No, I don't belong here. Not anymore.
Well, trust me, I'm an autistic weirdo who was homeschooled by my Christian religious mother who would physically beat me with sticks. I recently got another repressed memory of my uncle physically abusing me. Like, I don't belong anywhere, but I still, like, go about my day trying to get through things. Like, yeah.
Jar. All right, so...
Time and place.
All right, so Peaches has said her word. She's made it pretty fucking clear. Thank you, Jar, for your contribution. I guess I'll just say maybe a couple of things, and we'll probably just end it off here because we're gonna go in fucking circles. I'm sure Peaches wants to go to sleep at this point. Look, Spoctor, like you don't know me. I don't know you very well. Besides from what I've heard in that call and what you said here, you got to stop the chuckling, dude. You got to stop it. Like the laughing, like I don't know. It's just after like your responses to what Peaches and Jar have told you. It's just I don't know.
It's kind of just nervous tick, but
yeah, I know. It rubs me the wrong way. Like just the the way you've been responding and with the chuckling, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. I'm not sure how the rest of the people in here feel. But I'll definitely tell you one thing, like, being dishonest with people and being disingenuous with people is probably the worst route you can take, as you probably could have, like, you know,
Dude,
noticed by now. I know you're sighing about it. I know. It's just gonna make everything worse. It just makes everything worse, as you've probably figured out already, because Peaches wanted to talk to you earlier, and you did what you did. It made everything worse.
Yes, it did.
Now,
I know it did. I realized that like
you
a
don't
few
need to
hours ago.
apologize. You don't need to apologize.
And
I understand. You don't need to apologize. You just you gotta stop doing that. You really gotta stop doing that.
I know.
I will clarify for you that nobody here, as far as I'm concerned, is, like, you know, participating in this call or doing whatever with this call to try and expose you or to try and cancel you. I don't think anybody in here in this call is really interested in doing that. They just want to talk to you.
Okay.
Yeah. I could definitely tell you, at least from what I've noticed here and the people here, but that's pretty much it, because we're gonna hit an endless fucking circle because I've noticed it probably about 15 times at this point. Yeah, what?
Yeah, what's the question?
Is this call being, like, recorded?
I don't know.
It's okay if it is.
It is by me.
That's fair. Or is this, like, gonna go on YouTube or something? I'm nervous.
No. Not
No.
unless, like,
Well,
something wild happened.
Oh yeah, unless something wild happens. I mean, granted, I thought I was doing it, but okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, are you afraid of me?
You?
Yeah. I mean, are you afraid of me?
No.
Yeah. So who cares? Even if it goes up or whatever. I mean, you stand by your word. So you shouldn't be afraid if you stand by your word, right?
No. I'm not
Yeah.
afraid.
Because you said that to Heaton, that it shouldn't matter anyway.
All right. Well, you can go now if you want to. Hopefully we don't have to do something like this again. Hopefully.
You will probably not hear a peep out of me
All right.
again. So sorry, I laughed again. Fuck.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for the talk, man.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my.
Did you pay attention? Because I sure did. In that call, he admits that he had the evidence that Shannon was lying. He knew this was bogus, but he kept it up because he wants to maintain the value of his friends. Right. So you take a person that you know is vulnerable, and you toss them to the wolves so you can get in with a friend group of large creators. You're a social climbing, morally bankrupt pile of festering, diseased filth. And don't think I missed how nonchalant and dismissive you were in that call, even to your adopted sibling. You don't care about what you've done. You were more worried that the initial call was going to get out and embarrass you. It's why you asked someone else to relay to Peaches and I your request to not have that recording in her video, which we stuck to. It's in Jar's video instead. Of course, it didn't end there, did it? The very next morning, you took to Twitter and made the most tasteless apology to Peaches. This is after, of course, you lied to other creators about what happened in Senate. You told these people you were dogpiled. Tell me, viewers, did any of you actually hear dogpiling there? Because I sure didn't, and these creators who foolishly believed you carte blanche ran defense for you on Twitter like you wanted them to. You guys were played. I wonder, did they listen to the call when we passed it to them? And did they hold you accountable for any of the lies you told them? I doubt it, but that's a topic for a different time. And those of you who know I'm talking about you, my DMs are genuinely open to discuss it. No Senate call, no exposed, just a conversation about how you can avoid this in the future. Because for the future, you need to be more critical of your colleagues and friends. The old saying is trust but verify. If you're not holding your friends accountable, if you're not correcting them, if you're not making sure you do your own due diligence, then you're not really a friend. Friends care enough to correct behavior like this. Playing like everything is Pollyanna to avoid conflict because it makes you uncomfortable isn't a service to anyone. That mentality breeds the worst of people. Like this. Toughen up. That's gotta be it though, right? What he's done is garbage, but that's the worst. Right? Right? Oh Lord, I wish it was. But of course, I can't be allowed to simply smack around a stupid clown. It's got to be darker than that. On the 3rd of April this year, I had someone approach me with a video recording. They said they had been holding on to this call for 3 years, and the guilt was getting to them. So they handed it to me. This isn't the entirety of the call, as the first 9 minutes of them was them sending links and talking about a bunch of other stuff not related. In this call, Spoctor is brought in to discuss a video that was made on him called New Spoctor Accusations. It's alleging Spoctor's abuse of a partner. This call was never supposed to see the light of day. You're about to hear why.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What the fuck are you guys What
I
are you getting at here?
I don't know what I'm getting at. But like I do kind of know what I'm getting at.
What?
Just something that's bothering me.
What's bothering you, dude?
Like you you've known this girl for a while.
Yeah, I have, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, and like very early on, you would like. I think we all first started talking to Spooter when she was like 12.
12, 13, yeah,
12,
call that.
13.
Yes. Oh, I see what this is about. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I want to know like the full story, basically.
You want to know the full? Is that all this is about?
Yeah, that's it.
I really don't want this getting out because it's just a bunch of like shit that I want to move past because it's a mistake I made and I want to be able to move past it.
I know.
And that's all this is because you guys know I'm a stupid fucking idiot and I do horny shit.
Yes.
But I'm not a fucking pedo, and I know I'm not a pedo.
So, like, do you care to elaborate on like? Do you guys have
if it's only for personal reasons, and you promise me that, I'll tell you everything.
Yeah,
it's just for personal reasons.
Because, okay, so, yeah, I was like 16. When we around that time. She was 13. It's only a 3-year age gap. Her and I, we had a friendship, and we were very close friends. And so, naturally, because fucking how I acted back then, there's this fling that started,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so, I mean, I don't know what kind of details you want specifically, though.
Like, how long it lasted?
I'd say about a few, like, obviously since I was 16 and it ended when I was 17.
Like a couple of years. Well, not a couple of years.
No, 1 year.
1 year, yeah, because that's how math works.
Yeah.
And like, did it get graphic?
Did it get graphic?
Yes.
Admittingly, yeah, but it's all gone. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to associate with it anymore. It's disgusting shit that even I look back on and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Especially after I turned 18, I was like, I had the drive. It was like sitting on my counter, and I looked at it and I was like, why do I still fucking have this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was not too long after her and I stopped talking.
Yeah. And you guys are not on any of the you guys aren't in a fling anymore, and
no. We're just on good terms because it's better to be on good terms with someone that hated you.
Yeah. So it just took place between when you were 16 and 17.
And she was 13 and to 14, and she's 15 now.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. So now you don't have any involvement with any kind of like any of that stuff, like no.
Not with minors, no. Fuck no.
Yeah.
Not with anybody under the age of 18. Fuck no.
Yeah. All right.
Because I'm 18 now, I gotta be a fucking adult. And honestly, even if they're 17, it's still like, no. No. And besides, as I get older, I start looking back on it, and I'm like, I look at my sister, and I'm like, she's 15, and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My sister is her age, and I'm just like, I just want to be able to forget about it, you know?
Yeah.
Being on good terms with her helps me rectify some of that.
Right.
Now, the person that's sitting there fucking trying to get this information out is my age. And she is just really fucking salty at me for whatever reason.
Like, did you do anything?
Did I do anything with them?
Yeah.
I mean, I did, but we're the same age. So there's like nothing wrong with that at all.
There's nothing.
But she accidentally caught feelings, and I had to reject her. And she got salty. And then started trying to dig shit up on me.
Sounds like something similar to what I had to go through at one point. I'm gonna be honest. Like, and the stuff with Spooter.
Yeah.
That's the main stuff that I was concerned about.
Yeah.
If it was just between you guys when you were like 3 years
Minors.
apart. Minors.
Yes.
I don't know. It's like, on one hand, it's not like
The video made it out to be like we're 4 years. We're not 4 years.
yeah. Not 4 years.
It was wrong.
It's just
So like, what is Ponder saying? She didn't even like talk to me about it at all.
yeah.
Yesterday, she was reading through the messages that you and her had, and the way it was worded, from what I remember, she made it seem like you were trying to get. It seemed like you were trying to get her to defend you in the future in case this comes out.
Yes, because I'm terrified. That's all honest truth. Yes, because I'm terrified. Because I know the mistakes I've made.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to add anything to that, Fegos? Because I can't really think of much to add to it because I had to step out of that call constantly.
Yeah. I don't know. I just say be careful. Basically, I'm not like. I'm probably not gonna do anything. To be honest.
You think Ponder's gonna do anything?
I don't think it is, unless like
No.
you make a video about it and like turns into a big old mess.
I don't want to touch it. I want to bury it as
You
best I can.
should, as long as like that video that Manus made doesn't go out even further, and no one says anything, because I'm not gonna look at it. I'm not gonna do anything. I looked at it. I'm like, whatever. I'm done with this.
I do want to talk to Ponder though. I want to clear things up.
All right.
Alright.
If I can at some point, but if she'll even respond.
Yeah, I'm sure she will. Because like you know yourself that this. This
I
is
mean, yeah, I
something
I was trying to get her to keep a lookout because she saved my ass before, and I just needed fucking help because this shit has fucked me up in the past, and my dumb mistakes when I was fucking 17, 16 seems to always come back to me.
Well,
Especially
the
now
one
that I'm
thing
trying to move on.
Yeah, well, the one thing to note is that we can't always be there to help you with this because I have my own life to worry about.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
All
I'm
right.
aware. I just don't want to. The main thing was that I didn't want you guys against me. That was my concern.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
We just wanted to talk because we needed to clear things up because
that's
I
what
wasn't
I
sure.
want.
All right.
Yeah.
I just don't want people against me. Because if I make enemies, then they'll fucking put it out there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Ponder would do that because that's not really in Ponder's nature.
Yeah, Ponder's not gonna like an exposed video or anything.
Yeah. But I do want to talk to her about it.
I would.
Alright.
Yeah. Is everything chill?
We just wanted to talk about that,
This
essentially.
has been fucking me up all week. You don't understand.
It's the fourth day of fucking 2020, man. God damn it.
It is. I
knew something was up when you asked about
Spoon.
a call and then that.
Yeah,
we were...
because like I know, like, she was involved because back then, with the whole like original accusation, there were like 12 mentions of a 12-year-old, and I was like, are they talking about Scooter?
12-year-old? Fuck no. I don't know who the hell that was.
I don't know what was going on, but yeah, like.
But yeah, when I was a minor, I had a lot of flings with other minors. I mean, I'm stupid like that.
Yeah.
But I'm 18. I'm strictly 18 plus. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Literally, I ask people, like, I don't even make friends with minors anymore. Previously established friends are one thing, but I don't make new friends with minors.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, fucking bullshit, dude. Literally, it's destroyed. I fucking crushed it. I wiped it, I formatted it, and crushed it.
Can you take a picture of it and show us that you did crush it?
I flushed it down. Dude, this was.
Literally,
do you know this was like ages ago, right?
This was like.
This was ages ago.
Yeah.
This was like the beginning of 2019.
Pretty much.
All right then.
So shit.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know
Besides,
how.
even if you ask for pictures, what would I do? I could just take another buy a flash drive and crush it and say, "Oh, here's your proof."
Here's the proof, basically.
Yeah.
I could find a lot of ways to just like fake that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just
hoping. What are you concerned about?
Yeah, I'm just concerned a lot of times. Especially about PK.
What about him?
The bare ass on Twitter.
Yeah, basically.
I won't pull a stunt like that.
No, we know you're not that stupid.
Yeah.
PK is just on his own level, I guess.
Yeah.
At least he's distracting the public.
Basically.
Yeah. I'll talk to Ponder. I have a
Just
friend over right now, so I had to put it on hold.
Freaking stay safe, man. Like,
please.
I don't want.
We don't want another 2018, okay?
Wait.
I don't want.
Was it 2018 or was it? No, it wasn't.
That was 2018. Yeah.
It was
Kill me.
2018.
Yeah. Shit.
Freaking May of 2018.
It's okay. If something happens, I won't fucking fold over like I did last time.
Okay. All right. Well, we just wanted to clear that up real quick, so be sure to let Ponder know and everything, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
Bye.
Laters.
So,
Some people will find some catharsis in this call. I don't. It's never a good thing to learn that someone has done something like this. It can seem so in the sense that they need to be exposed, but situations like this happening means there's a victim. And that's never okay. I don't take any joy in this call being in my possession, but I understand why it was passed to me specifically. And while it's likely true that Spooter's intent against Spoctor is malicious, it doesn't change what Spoctor admits to here. Spoctor admits to having the spicy material of a 13-year-old on a USB drive well past his 18th birthday, sometime between the 18th of April 2019 and September 13th of 2019. Forget asking why he saved it at all. The fact that he waited until after he was a legal adult to destroy it is enough of a problem. Not to mention that he treated it like a joke. You'll just buy another drive and break it, right, sport? He started a relationship with this person either when they were 12 or 13. They're conflicting on that, and I have no way of currently contacting this person. I know kids are going to trade this stuff with each other. They shouldn't, but they do. And if you're a child and you have done stuff like this, knock it off. The problem here is that Spoctor saved it and kept it until well past adulthood. This is disgusting behavior. Remember when I said to put a pin in it on the junkie stuff and his paranoia about his drama? That's because of this. You want to know why I think Spoctor defended Junkie's immoral actions to the hilt? I don't think it was out of friendship. I think it was out of fear. He knows that Junkie knows. I believe this was an attempt to placate Junkie. It's not like that's beyond him. He admitted in the call that he was placating the person that was after him for his own benefit. And speaking of which, if you're the person he's referring to, you're welcome to come to Senate so we can talk. My DMs are open to you. In this call, you'll also hear him mention Ponder, so I went and talked to her. I needed to see if I could find out what he said to her, since it seemed obvious to me that he wanted to get ahead of this, so she wouldn't come after him. Or maybe he was hoping that she'd defend him. In talking to Ponder, she doesn't really remember what happened in that call, only that it lasted 18 minutes per her Discord logs. And I can understand that. She has a lot to deal with, and only recently started telling people she can't help them. Which is why so many of you dorks come to me now! My presumption is that he likely lied to her in that call, downplayed what he's done, and once again, avoided accountability. This also leads to the fact that Spoctor's freakout during his false call-out now has a new lens to see it through. People may have forgotten, but Spoctor's situation calmed down fairly quickly in relation to other similar events. He was exposed, if I get these dates right, on the 17th of April 2018, and Ponder's video to defend him was released on the 25th of April, where it started to massively calm down. That's 8 days, slightly over a week. And while it would make sense for someone of that age to freak out over false allegations, and it doesn't inherently mean he had done anything, as plenty of people have confessed to things they didn't do while under duress, the fact that he, at the time, had this USB drive makes it clear to me, if no one else, that he was operating under a guilty conscience. A conscience that should be guiltier, especially considering this line in his DID video.
I am a minor, but is it normal for me, 15, not bodily, to be attracted to 9-year-olds? Not bodily. So you're not 15. You know, the age is different in your brain, but you're not bodily. No, that's just pedophilia.
A person very close to you during all this that helped you on this video confirmed that you did not report this person. You didn't do anything. You made an entire video lambasting a community you claim is full of kids and didn't lift a finger about someone you know can be predatory because you only care about yourself. If some of you are upset that I didn't talk more about that video in this video, I am sorry. I don't know much about that stuff. I'm not qualified to cover it, and I find it better to not speak on something I don't have knowledge on if I can help it. That's where I differ from Spoctor in that instance. When you get older, you ponder on the nature of things. I've made it clear before that I'm a Christian, and I'm very outspoken about my faith, in the let's take care of the vulnerable way, not the I hate the gays way. One of these subjects is the nature of evil. What is it really? Is it violence? Well, no, violence can be used in a justifiable way, and sometimes it's the only correct moral choice. Is it malice? Also no, because you're going to have malice towards a guy if he harms people needlessly. The list goes on, but Thomas Aquinas argues that the nature of evil is a lack of something. A specific good that should be in a person, or as DC author Grant Morrison put it, the hole in things. Missing things like kindness, compassion, duty, responsibility, passing by someone you know needs help that you can help, and choosing not to. Things like that. Or as James 4:17 says, if anyone then knows the good they ought to do, and doesn't do it, it is sin for them. In cases like Spoctor, the evil he spreads and seems to revel in is this lack of desire to do right by people, to treat them like an object instead of a person. If he was tearing into a predator, I wouldn't care. But this isn't that. He never holds himself accountable. Neither do his friends. For someone with the platform he has, that's horrifying. For the last time, to close this out, let's go back to Spoctor's video on his community falling apart.
It doesn't stop there. I remember running around threatening to make videos on Chinjaretta for like the smallest fucking shit. I can't even remember. I literally forgot what their original name was at the time, but I know it was them. I know it was them. Like, to this day, I'm still embarrassed by that.
No, I don't think you are. Because this petty, stupid behavior is the same thing that got you in trouble recently, and your nonchalant attitude of the wrongs you've knowingly done is what's going to finish you now.
Suddenly, I was on my own. Left to bask in who I became, an egocentric asshole.
The sad thing here is that this isn't a past event. This is your future, and one you've made yourself. You've chosen to be an egocentric dickhead. You've chosen to abuse people you knew. You've chosen to try to weasel your way out of accountability towards the people you've hurt. And most importantly, you chose to hold on to the lewds of a child well past your 18th birthday. You held on to that USB drive. And your friends Junkie and Fagos covered for you. No one wants to recognize this because people want to treat their channels as their own safe space to be free from things they don't want to hear. But here's the truth. Power is never a gift, but a responsibility. Your platform is that responsibility if you're going to use it to cover tough subjects or any subject involving people, at least to this degree. Spoctor has never treated it as such. He only treated it as a playground for his own bizarre desires and to feast off the attention it gives him, the people that looked up to him. If any content creator wants to downplay this or still be friends with him after this, all of you need to side-eye them hard. Because he doesn't want to learn. He doesn't want to change. All he wants to do is come back and keep being a scumbag to everyone he has the power to. He already has new assets in development for some persona called Sphinx. Don't let him. He's harmed too many people, caused too much damage, attacked too many kids, and his unmitigated, atrocious, unhinged actions that he's continued to do behind the scenes is too much for a simple redemption arc. This is a man that's made it clear he'll harm anyone he sees as vulnerable, will buck any accountability over it to either make himself look good or just make some money on the side. This is what happens when a community ignores what's in front of them. This is the darkness behind the user, Spoctor Tech.